Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to go ahead and catch our Shadow Ho-Oh here, and we're going to be going up against the Rocket Leaders as well as Giovanni using Pokemon under 1500 and even lower. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have for the tasks regarding going up against it and finally battling him. This is going to be a nice image from Legends here. You can go ahead and pause it. I'm not really going to go over it too much. It's kind of like the standard stuff, you know. Yeah, catch Pokemon, purify Pokemon, battle the Rocket Leaders, so nothing too crazy here. You're going to be getting some nice rewards, as you can see, the Stardust, as well as a potential shiny Larvitar, I suppose. All right, okay. If you've been around for a while, those things are very common for you. You have a bunch of candies, and then you're going to be able to get that Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon, as well as that Super Rocket Radar to find that Giovanni. Now, do you want to use it to get this Shadow Ho-Oh? I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, go ahead and do that. If you want to save it, you got to do what you got to do. Taking a look at how good Ho-Oh was, because I did kind of skip this last time we talked about it. It will be on the first page as a pure flying type attacker in the Shadow form with hidden power flying and then, of course, Brave Bird. So just a little something to consider. Now, something else to consider is going to be the fact that you're going to be able to use this in the Great League. But of course, we're going to have some sort of rocket event so we can TM away frustration. If you do buy that secondary move, hey, by all means, be my guest. But I'm just going to give it to you straight here. You're better off just using a Talonflame in the Great League in replace of Ho-Oh Shadow here. It's, yeah, if you get like a good IV Shadow Ho-Oh and a hidden power flying, well, you got yourself a decent Shadow flying attacker, right? There you go. Otherwise, it's not really going to be something you're going to want to put too much investment in. But anyways, going up against Arlo here, you know, I can use lower CP Pokemon, but, you know, when I have Athena with me, I kind of just want to get things over with. And man, oh man, we had an incident today. So we'll go ahead and I wasn't planning on talking about it. I did say something on Twitter of what happened. So if you do follow me there, you know. Battles are kind of, for the most part, they're straightforward, so I don't really need to explain too much here. So let's go ahead and talk about what happened. So basically, she was doing her little panting thing, and whenever she does that, obviously it could mean a dog is hot or nervous, but from my past experience, when I gave her a bunch of water, it was a bad idea. I was trying to like hydrate her better. This was a few weeks ago, and then she needed to pee all the time, like for that day, so I'm not going to do that anymore. I basically put a little bit of sunflower oil in her water, and she just really liked it. So she was doing her panting thing, and I was like, okay, I better take her out to go bathroom, and we were nowhere near the house. So we found this random open field, right, in probably Midtown Anchorage. And so I get out walking around. I mean, there was no signs that said private property. It was next to a bunch of apartments, so extending over, those are not going to be anybody's property regarding a renter of the apartments unless the actual manager is living there. So I wasn't thinking about this. I was just thinking there's an open field that looks junky, so maybe you can go potty there. So I took her out, let her walk around for a minute, and then about 30 seconds to a minute later, some SUV pulls into one of the apartments down the way to this field, and the lady starts yelling at me, not like a crazy scream, but just kind of like just, you know, not better watch my words, but I'll try to keep it as civil. She's just yelling, you know, kind of like, hey, what are you doing? This is private property. And I didn't say anything rude. I was like, all right. It's like, okay, this is your property? Like, that's an apartment. She's like, yeah. You know, instead of arguing with stupid people, I was just like, whatever. She went bathroom. I was like, okay, let's just hop in the car. And then she says, get him. She had this like 200-pound, I don't even know what this dog was, to be honest. It's furry as heck and big. And she said, get him, literally. I don't know me or Athena, but either way, it doesn't matter. So that dog just starts bolting over. I'm not thinking about me. I throw Athena in the car because, you know, I don't want this little sweetheart to get hurt. So throw her in the car. This dog just kind of like went away after that, but it ran all the way up to the car. And then she continues to yell at me, say, this is private property. You need to take your dog out of here. You can't allow your dog to crap here. It's like, if my dog does that, I'll pick it up, but that wasn't the case. So she just wanted somebody to yell at. You know, there's so many miserable, horrible human beings nowadays that just want any excuse to yell at anybody, and this is what they are, the stupid Karens. So I hop in my car, and then she pulls out her camera like a... Man, the classic Karen, right, you know? Pulling out the camera, which is always a good thing if you're in a bad situation because you got it documented. But I'm like, this lady probably has no life. So basically pulling out the camera to like show her little family or group or whatever, like, look who I encountered, somebody who was heckling me, or some crazy dude, like literally, like, so when I drove up to her, I was like, I did use a profanity. I didn't say a profanity word, like kind of calling her that, but it just in general, I just said, nobody gives a about what you're doing. And then she just smiled, and I just drove away. That was pretty much it. It's like, it really took a lot for me to just do that and just ooh, man. I mean, if she was a woman, what am I going to do, right? If it was a man, what am I going to fight? Come on. We got to grow up. There's too much people with pride. Like, if you walk away, it's like you're the weaker person or something in people's minds. And I don't see it like that. I'm walking away and being the smarter person, and sit there and argue with a human being that's telling me to leave because of whatever. But there's your story time. Man, people are an idiot. But out of the whole thing, I was able to somehow go plus during that incident, shiny Wurmple. So didn't have that before, and score. Very nice. So yeah, good old people that just need to find any excuse to just, I don't know, get in anybody else's business. So we're up against the Drapion here, and remember to always take that opportunity in between your charge attacks, their charge attacks, and switching when they do pause, when you go up against the AIs, to charge up. It's going to really give you the advantage. I know we've talked about it before, but it's been a while since we've uploaded, you know, going up against Rocket Leaders, Grunts, using crazy weak Pokemon, or just low CP in general. But I thought I'd do it today because, well, why not? We got Shadow Oh-Oh. It's the first time it's going to be introduced here. So we got that completed. Fantastic. Now we need to find Giovanni. I've spent an hour before. I've spent a half a day looking for it. I've spent 2 minutes. So let's see how long it's going to take me here. Just collecting these EV evolutions. Unfortunately, no good IVs. Going to use that Pineapple Berry on the last two, as we do remember, so we can get as many XL candies so we can max out a Sylveon, potentially XL one day. But like I said too, you know, the main series may introduce a new EV evolution, so don't evolve all your hundreds just quite yet. I know you can get some more, and who knows if that's even going to happen, but it's better to be prepared, because what if they release some sort of like Steel-type EV evolution? Could you imagine that? Yeah, that'd be something right there, or a bug, or who knows? The possibilities are endless. They can go with any of the types, right? Anyways, let's get into it. Giovanni. It was literally down the street from where I was. I was at the Diamond Mall, and I just went over to that hotel, and there it was. So we're going to be using Galarian Stunfisk, Bastodon, and Swampert in the back there. Yeah, that Swampert is, they're all 1500 around there. So nothing lower than that. I guess we could have gone lower, but this was the point where Athena wanted to go home. I didn't know if she needed to go potty again. So I was like, you know, let's just get it over with these 1500. So up against Persian, we're fighting the harder one with Scratch, so we got to use those steel types. Bastodon's going to be great with Smackdown and Stone Edge up against that Ho-Oh, which is going to be extremely weak to Rock and resisting potential moves that it's going to be throwing at it, as well as the Persian Scratch here. Really did need that. Look at how Bastodon could just take those. So we're going to go ahead and swap at this point, because we just timed it perfectly so that they're going to be getting off their energy and stopping, enabling us to finish them off, because that Scratch will add up quick up against a 1500 Swampert. We're going to be going up against that Golem, extremely weak to water, so we're building up a bunch of Hydro Cannons here. That's 1, 2, and another one after this ready to go. I wanted to farm down at this point, but those quick moves from the Golem were really starting to add up, and I wanted to do some damage to the Ho-Oh before the Swampert does go down here, and Bastodon does take over and take it down with the Stone Edge's Smackdown. So there it is, Shadow Ho-Oh in the flesh. So we're going to go ahead and do as much damage here. Continuing on, I believe, what is that? Yeah, it's definitely not Incinerate quick move. So just continuing on here, now it's time to swap into the Bastodon, which has a bunch of energy, building up to almost 2 of these Stone Edges, like 100 energy for some reason. This should KO. Oh, not quite. I think we're just going to smack down and taking the win. All right, folks, are you ready to see what kind of IVs I got on mine? Let's see it. These are going to be eligible in the Great League, but like we said in the beginning of the video, you just go with Talonflame for sure. I mean, hey, if you want to use it, by all means, be my guest. But anyway, here we are. and it is 800 CP. So we're going to go ahead and use a silver pineapple. I don't know, I'm just trying to speed it up and get a little extra candy here. We got 3 XL candies, not bad, and we're looking at a horrible IV Ho-Oh Shadow. Yeah, hidden power water, good against those ground and rock types, I suppose, that are going to be doing super effective with some sort of rock move, I guess, but not flying hidden power, so it's not going to be able to be eligible for the best flying type. Now, if you have a horrible IV Ho-Oh and you get hidden power flying and you're thinking, crap, horrible IVs and we got the hidden power flying. Now, I'm not encouraging you to invest in it, but it's still going to be good. Shadow Pokemon are killer. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on. Hope you did enjoy that story time, and don't let the Karens piss you off. Take care, trainers.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my soul.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!